Hello and welcome to round 7 in Canada, Division 1. I am joined here. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, you?
Fan-bloody-tastic. Hopefully this, believe that the tables haven't been updated since Monaco. So, yeah,
It was quite a shambles.
yeah, before Monaco, we had Good Aids in the lead, Andy Pub, George Neat in the drop zone, I believe. So after Monaco, I'm not too sure, but I don't think anything has changed. Good Aids would still be in the lead, that's definite. She sat in the podium, but Ox did win the race, so that would have brought him up majorly as he was sitting in 17th place. Predictions for Paul. What was last night's poll, Pagani, did you say?
Last night's poll was a 10-6 set by Scuba.
Right, okay. Well, you've got a couple of reserves. You've got Lennon, Aaron, just Lennon, Aaron. Is Luca reserve, or is he in Division 1 full time now?
Last time I checked, he was a reserve.
Right, okay, so you've got obviously Lennon, Aaron, and Miracles reserving tonight. Who are you going to tip for Paul?
I'm going for an outside shout. I'm going to go Pubstar Andy.
Pubstar Andy, good shout, good shout. I am going to go with... Fuzzer on his return. I'll go with Fuzzer. It's good to see Fuzzer back on track. Last year's champion. He is further down the list on the driver standings, but I believe he has missed the last 4 races. So that would explain why. Yeah, Lennon's taking no risks. He's already started a flying lap, so he's peachy keen. Did he? Right,
yeah,
well. Yeah. Oh god, I can imagine. Right, well, you've got 9 comments on the stream already. No doubt they're all from Chris Logan. Am I wrong?
It's Chris Logan having a conversation with
Right, Chris thinks Fuzzer onto the podium. Who do you think, mate? And I believe Costa just lagged out. He's now joined back. I'm just going to stay on board with Lennon until he crosses the line, because no one else is behind him, I think, as I can see. See what type. So a 10, what do you say, a 10-6 last night, was it?
Yeah, 10.6.
Set by Scuba. Scooby-Doo.
109 tonight.
Yeah, you'd expect it. Well, Lennon should be activating his DRS, but he's not. He does a 111.2. It's not a bad time for a banker lap. Let's go on board with Aaron. Let's see what Aaron can do. He does a 111.5, Luca, and there's Nikos with a 110.8 already. So Nikos isn't hanging about. He's pretty much matched last night's time already. Who can we go on board with? No, he will not be. Oxford for the 10-6, so he's already matched last night's pole time. And getting on board, with Pubstar, Miracles has got in his way. And Good Age with the 10-3, so Pubstar was about to cross the line. He's somehow still done a 10-7, although Miracles took him out on the Wall of Champions. Right, okay, George Alice, there he is, and he does a 10-8. So we've already got 2 people that beat last night's time. Oop, it's gone to the Corey, I just missed it. 11-5. Right, okay, well I don't know what the hell Miracles was doing then, but each to their own. He's ruined Pub's lap, but somehow Pub still managed to do a 10.7, I believe. Oh no, he didn't. His lap didn't count. Never mind. Get on board with Keva. See what he can do. He's counting on a 115, so he's not going anywhere. Let's get on board with John. And John's currently on a 4.5 minutes lap, so I don't think that's going to be challenging. Who else should we get on board with? You've got people getting... That's standard. That's Woods for you. Let's see what time you can do. He's going into the pits. Yeah. Everyone's just done a short lap, I think, because everyone's pretty much run out of fuel. Give us a little bit of breathing space anyway. Fuzzer is on his... Who?
John's on a lap.
Right, John's on a lap, right, okay, so we're getting bored of him. Fuzzer's on an out lap as well. So he is actually out on track now. Costa's doing an out lap. And then you've got Kev, I believe, is also on a flying lap. Right, who's first? John or... Right, so they're pretty close. Let's get about the Kev first. Let's see what Kev is already... Yeah, he's hit in a minute and he's still on the straight, so he's not going to be challenging. Let's get on board with John, see what he can do. Although I could be wrong. No, that's not challenging. I don't think John's time is going to challenge either, to be honest with you. John does a 1:11.6 and Kev does a 1:17.3. So a mistake was made there somewhere. Funky Cobber's hitting walls on his out lap, and Mr. Costa's about to start his flying lap.
Kev has just started his flying lap as well.
Right, okay. Right, well, Kev's currently up in sector 1. I don't know if that's on his own time or the fastest time. I believe it'd be the fastest, but we shall soon see. This corner's a bit tricky because you could, it's easy to cut, I think. But that may just be me. So we're definitely going to be in the 1.9s, I think. There could be a couple of people low 10s. A lot of people are going to get in the 10s. You know, you've got NR and Luca on in the zeros, 11 zeros. Lennon's done 11.2. And I believe you did say the other day that he had some good pace around this track, so...
yeah.
Right.
We got Fuzzer in the last hairpin.
Yeah, Kev's hit the wall as well, so... But he still does a 10.6, so... That's a really good lap by Kev. Let's get on board. I'm going to get on board with Fuzzer. Let's see what he can do. Looks like a good lap, time-wise so far. He does a 1:10.5, so he put... Ah, right, I see. Right, let's go and bowl Funky Cobra. A 10.7. Not bad, not bad. Right, let's see what old Funky Cobra himself can do. I'm a bit wide there. It's not going to be challenging, so maybe a 1:12. It's a 1:11.9, so I was close. Let's get on board with Sean. He hasn't had much airtime this year, so...
No, he gets on with his work quietly, I think.
Yeah.
Been under the radar.
Exactly, and last time I went on board with him, he did bin it. So hopefully that luck has changed. We shall... oh, and he's nearly lost it. Nearly went into the wall. Let's see what type of time he's doing. I don't think it's going to be challenging. See, he's at a minute already. I believe if you're around a minute 4 in this, you pretty golden. He's messed that up majorly, so that's an invalidated lap, I think. I'll be shocked if it isn't. I'm not too sure. Westgate does a 1:12.2. Funky Cobra's going out for another lap. Will he pit? We shall soon see. And Funky is staying out, and he's took the World Champions pretty spot on there, to be honest. But looks like it's going to be about 11.5, 11.6. Right, okay, so this game's probably mugging me off, so I'm getting close, but not close enough. Get on board with Corey now. Never mind, he's currently doing... Who, sorry?
Everybody's leaving it late at the moment.
Yeah, very late, waiting for that for the track to get faster. Corey has got 5 laps of fuel in mind, so you'd expect him to do another 2. Ox is... yeah, we won't get on board with him yet, actually. Yeah, we will. He's closest to all in 5th place. He's got Luca in his way, and Luca has just got... Was he on board with that? Yeah, was he on board with Ox?
No.
Well, he was up on his time. Was about to go onto the straight, and Luca just parked his car right in front of him.
I was on board with John, but going out lap.
It was a 10.8 from Ox, although he just got held up majorly. Car pulls to the left and the braking. Right, okay, so someone's complaining about his car. Doesn't sound good from that. Right, Nikos is on a flying lap. He's currently a 10th down. And so is Ox in the first sector. Let's go on board with Corey. He does a 1:11.3, which puts him 11th. You'd be happy with 11th, I think. Oh no, sorry, puts him 10th. Right, let's go on board with NR. He is, I believe he's on a flying lap. And it's a pretty quick lap as well by the looks of it. If he can keep the World of Champions. Let's see. It's not a 1:09, but it's a 1:10.6. So NR puts himself in third. It's a good lap. Right, okay, I'm going to get on board with Nikos. No, I'm not, because he's not challenging really. Kev does a 1:10.6. Let's get on board with it. And there's people getting in his way on the straight, but it is helping him a bit with a slipstream. Hitting the Wall of Champions now. NR's retired, so NR doesn't think he can do any better unless he went out of fuel. And Good Aids does a 1:10.0. And Luca's done a 1:10.5. Puts himself in second place. He shocked us last week with his qualifying time in Monaco as well. So, well, Fuzzer's done a 1:10.5 as well.
One lap here, he's looking very decent.
It is, and you know, we do know we're looking for some Division 1 drivers, and Luca has got in George Alice's way, and I don't know why, to be honest with you. Aaron's down in 12th. Yeah, Luca's gone a couple of people's way this lap though, I don't know why. I'm going to stay on board with George. Unless, where's Pubstar on track? Can you check, please?
He's coming into the shade now, where the lap is.
That's okay. Let's see what lap time Pub can do. We did tip him for pole, but I think that's going to be pretty tough to beat. And he does a 1:10.6, and he goes 4th. So that's a good lap by Pubstar. But yeah, like I was saying, Good Aids has just improved on his time as well, so... But I do think, you know, Division 1 are looking for new drivers. With the absence of Dobby and someone else, but I forgot who. And apparently all the reserves want to be in Division 2. But Luca's proven his one lap pace is quick enough, but his race pace not so much. George Alice stays in 7th. I don't think he'd be happy with that, to be honest with you. Showan's not a happy chappy either. Yeah, go on. Wow. Oh god, yeah, I'm just checking that now, so... Yeah, that's actually unbelievable. Let's yeah. So we got a 0.4, 0.4, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So Nikos, George and Costa had the same lap, pretty much, and Kev. Not even a photo could decide that if it finished in the race. So, but, you know, from 1st to 13th is less than a second, which isn't bad. And then you've got the 3 people in, I believe, Division 2. That is out.
On a 10-7.
Yeah,
Leonard put in like the first 2 rows last night if he'd actually qualified.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, Lennon showed he's got some pace, and you know, he could have done bits last night if he qualified, but unfortunately he didn't. So I'm just going to go through. Not at all. He never is. So we got Good Aids on pole, Luca in 2nd, Fuzzer in 3rd, Pubstar 4th, NR in 5th, Nikos 6th, George 7th, Costa 8th, Kev 9th, Ox 10th, John 11th, Lennon 12th, Corey 13th, Aaron, Napola, Whisket, Funky, Woods, Showan is not happy at all, he's in 19th, and then you have Miracles in last place, which you don't see him there very often. So, do we think, because I do, that this is going to be another domination by Good Aids?
I think if he gets a clean start, he's probably going to walk away with it.
Yeah. The thing is with Good Aids, surprisingly, his one lap pace is nowhere near as fast as his race pace. So,
Race pace is at another level.
if he's on pole, then if you're behind him, good luck. You know, so the guy is at another level, and I actually do believe, you know, for newer people looking into the game, looking into the stream, I should say, really, I generally do think Goodage could compete with one of, you know, the fastest guys in a race on the game. Do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely got to be up there.
Yeah, he is. You know, you got Fuzzer, etc. You know, one lap pace, but in a race it's different. So, yeah, we shall soon see. I'm dying to eat my yogurt, but I'm not going to be like the Irish lads.
Luca's put a message in the chat saying that he surprised himself with P2.
Yeah, well, Luca, you may surprise yourself. You surprised us more. But it's a great lap, and you know, hat off to you, mate. Where's Luca from?
I'm not quite sure.
I got a feeling he could be Dutch, but then I could be just making that up. Right, so it looks like it's going to be a dry start. But it does look a bit dark.
It does look slightly overcast.
Yeah, it does. It looks a bit drowsy. So we shall soon see. A bit of rain will spice it up. Funky Cobber will be hoping for a bit of rain, I think, because his qualifying time wasn't as high as he hoped. But let's get on board. And I can see a Haas in the front on my screen, but I don't know if you can see the same. And is a Haas getting taken out? Or is it just me? Anyway, Goodage is still in the lead. Did you see that then, Pagani? Miracles is up 10 places already. I say that and he's just smashed it into the wall.
He just lost it, though.
Yeah. Teammate. Or will Ox let him through? We shall soon see. Oh, they're both going to fight for position. And Ox makes a stick, but they are side by side on the straight. It's going to be a bit difficult on the Wall of Champions, but because they don't seem to be backing out. Yes, Kev's looking on the inside. No, he's not. Right, let's go back down to the front. Nope, Fuzzer is not letting Goodage run away with this one. Fuzzer thinking it's my return, and he's the champion. So we shall soon see. We will stick on board with that, but it is plenty going on at the moment. All the cars are close on track. You do have Luca in the pits, Mr. Costa in the pits, and Miracles, I have no clue where he has gone. He's in 18th, and he's going very slow at the moment. Let's see who's where. Funky's up 6 places as it stands. Look at from George to, well, everyone. Look at the train there. Let's get on board. Oh, you've got a lot of cars side by side coming into this corner, and it's not a corner you want to be in. Kev on Ox doesn't make a stick. George cuts the chicane again. Does that bring Lennon through? We shall soon see. Right, okay, Lennon side by side, he's making a dive, he makes a stick. I think George may have ring damage. Corey is attempting a sneaky move as well. Oh, these guys are way too close. Right, so Corey's just stepping back, I think he's waiting for something to happen. But we do have a move coming down from a Ferrari on a Toro Rosso. I believe that's Wiskett on Aaron. They side by side in the World of Champions, plenty of room. Good respect from the drivers there. And these cars are so close to each other. Oh, and Fuzzers took the lead. Fuzzers took the lead. Currently on my stream it does say Miracles is in first, but guys, don't worry, he's not. So yeah, Fuzzers passed Goodage. So the top 10, the track is everyone, but obviously I know Luca's in first. So Luca isn't in first either, guys. It's from Fuzzer and Goodage down. So, you know, you're not seeing things. Right, okay, so Corey is taking over George. I think he put that down in history with himself. We shall soon see. Yeah, he looks pretty pacey. I'm just going to look at the tyres that everyone is on. So, right, so Corey's on the super softs.
On the soft.
Yeah, Funky and Sean on the softs. You've got Corey and Lennon on the super softs, and in good position as it stands. Lennon just in front of Corey. I'm going to go back to position change. You've got Wiskett and Funky fighting. They are both in DRS though. Let's see, but you've got people in front. George is trying to make a move on Corey. Yep, makes it stick. Let's get back on board with Whisket. And yeah, they pretty much... Oh my god, look at the fight behind us. 2 Ferraris and a Force India going side by side. Ooh. Oh, and the Ferrari goes. And that's Funky Cobra, but he somehow makes a stick. I don't know how he done that, but there's like a reset to the track or something. I don't know what went on. But yeah, I'm quite excited, as you can tell.
He's got 8 tenths on good age.
Yeah, he's took 8 tenths off good age already, so yeah, it's pretty well going from Fuzzer, considering he hasn't played the game in a while, but we do know how good age is with his tyres. Fuzzer, not so much. Fuzzer's pure pace, not strategy. Yeah, Pubstar's in 3rd. Guys, like I said, ignore the Luca in 1st place. That's not it. You've got NR in 4th. Nikos, Oxox and Kev still together. You've got Lennon chasing them down though. Lennon is pulling away from the likes of George Alice. Corey's down in 11th now. He's just... So I don't know how he's lost the place. Yeah, he's catching Whisket. I don't know what happened with him and George, but George has made it through anyway. Although, who's that in the Ferrari? That's Aaron Taylor. He's had a pretty good exit out of the chicane, but no move can be made there. Let's see. Yeah, 1.3 seconds the gap now with Good Age and Fuzzer. So this... Right, okay, so Miracles is in the pits, although it says he's in 1st place on my screen for some reason. If it's possible, could you tell him to just leave the lobby, because I think he's messing it up. But, yeah, let's see who's... Corey is hunting down Whisket. Aaron's not letting them get away with things, though. But, let's see who else is close to each other. Showing is in 17th on the softs. He'll be taking them for a while, though, I believe. Let's see who else. Pubstar seems to be catching good hits, and NR seems to be sticking with Pub. Then we've got Nikos, same position, and Oxox and Kev just seem to be their own pace. But Lennon is catching quite rapidly as well, to be honest. He was just over a second behind. Now he's within 4 tenths of Kev. So
Lennon is looking like he wants to go on. Yeah,
he is. And you know, if he can do this in Division 1, imagine what he could have done last night, you know. So,
it's about time he showed it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think people realise how quick Lennon is. You know, the boys, you know, he is great at the game, and he's always been good at Canada, actually, and for years. You know, Canada is his track, I think, especially in the wet. Remember that one wet race, 100%, and I think he even lapped the person in 2nd, who was me, which I shouldn't admit. But he did lap us all. No, it didn't end too well, no. Did he bin it or had a puncture or something, didn't he?
He binned it.
Yeah, he binned it, yeah. And then it got dry, sorry, so I ended up finishing 3rd or 4th, I think. But, yeah. Right, okay, well that's one thing that Corey doesn't want. And Aaron's sticking all over the back of Corey. Let's see if Corey can make a move on Whisket. He is within DRS, so you would expect a move. Corey's in rich, although he is running out of fuel. The move is going to be made. Let's go into broadcast. Around the outside. Yep, Whisket gives room. But then you've got Aaron now on the back of Whisket. Nope, it's not enough room there. Oh, I don't know, Aaron could make a move on the inside. Right, okay, so, and he's on the super softs, I believe, yeah? Yeah, you'd expect, you know, with these super softs. Lennon is now on the back of Kev. Kev does seem to be lagging a little bit as per. He's got a 3-second time penalty as well, which you don't really want at this stage in the race, to be honest with you. I'm going to go off position change because it keeps changing, and it's... But when no one's passing each other, it's really annoying. But, never mind, it's still there, so apologies for that. Right, let's go over Lennon. He's in DRS. Say it again, sorry.
He's not going to 1 second lead on good age without DRS.
Yep, exactly. You go Whisket now within DRS with Corey as well. But Corey does seem to have a good exit there. I don't think Wiskett will be making any sort of move. But he does seem to be catching dramatically. But I don't think, no, he won't make a move. He'll get more DRS here. We shall soon see if he can make a move. Corey does seem to have good straight line speed as per. Nice. This game he does decide to go more for the straight line than... oh, there's a time penalty for NR. So 2 of the top 7 have currently got time penalties. What did you say, sorry? Oh, never mind. Oh, right, okay. I thought there was something happened then. It was just Miracles getting lapped. So, let's see. Well, Lennon's on the super softs. So Lennon's looking good right now because he is, you know, he's catching Kev. You know, Oxox, etc. isn't, you know, they're not far ahead. And let's see his gap to the leader. His gap to the leader is 10.8 seconds, which isn't much. Considering he is on a harder tyre, so you know, who knows, Lennon could push for more. I'm not saying the win, but you know, he could have a great result. I'm going to get on board with Aaron because he is right at the back of Wiskett now, although Wiskett will have DRS. Aaron is a little closer with the slipstream, so let's see if Aaron can make a move. He'd love a move to happen on the stream. I thought he was going to make an optimistic move on the inside then. And now Lennon is at the back. Yeah, he does. Right, what am I missing there? Nothing. Right, okay. So, oh, right, so Aaron's looking at a cheeky move on the inside, drifts on the curb. Let's get on board with Woods. No.
Woods getting funky.
Yeah, just go on board with it, but he did drift a little over the corner. NR's within DRS with Pubstar now, by the way. So them two are close, they are battling, so that will bring Lennon even closer to them. Corey's hit the wall. And Wiskett does seem to be catching... Bless you. Wiskett does seem to be catching, and Aaron does seem to be drifting away a little. So I don't know if Aaron got a bit of wing damage with that little slide, or it's just the slide that lost time. But we'll soon see. You would expect Wiskett to make a move towards the straight now. Yeah, Corey's gone really wide. But he still somehow had a good exit. But
Aaron's still got a front wing. So.
Yeah, he's still got a my view as well. I think it was just the slide that lost him some time. So Wiskett will be making a move on the outside. Yeah, we'll go into broadcast, see how that is. Yeah, it's going to be tight. Side by side wall of champions. Great driving. Absolutely great driving. Let's see. Right, okay, so George and Nikos in the pits. Aaron's trying to go on the inside, trying to do a Vettel. Aaron takes them both. Oh, but he goes wide. Oh, that would have been beautiful. He would have loved to see that one on stream. But, yeah, unlucky Aaron, man. Yeah, that was a really good effort. You know, if you see this lap, but that's no good when you're down in 18th place. Wiskett is all over the back of Corey, but other than that, everything has seemed to die down. Lennon's still on the back of Kev. He doesn't seem to be making any moves. Yeah, he is. And Woods. Oh, and Funky's gone on the inside. Yeah. And you've got Woods joining the party as well, so we shall soon see. You've got the two Ferraris, the Haas, the Toro Rosso, the Force India, and then you've got a couple of cars behind in a Sauber and a Williams. So Nikos has pitted, so he obviously had some wing damage. George Alice, I'm assuming, had wing damage as well. Them guys are now going to get caught out with traffic. So who knows what's going to happen. Right, so Corey goes up to 7th. Kev's in the pits, so I think Kev got a bit pressured of having Lennon all over him. So that gives Lennon some breathing space. He's currently 3 seconds behind Ox, I believe. But he is on the harder tyres. There's currently nearly 50 comments on the stream, Pagani, if you want to just check. I'm going to get on board with these. Nice helicopter shot. Corey's defending well, considering he has no wing.
Most of the chat is onto the podium and Chris Logan talking about who's drifting the best. So.
Right, okay. Standard. I knew it'd be Chris. I knew Chris wouldn't let us down every week. Thank you, Chris. We'll send you out to praise. Right, so Woodsy's lost his front wing, yeah? Oh, God, oh, yeah. And it's completely gone, yeah. Right, well, Corey is somehow defending these guys, although he's got a damaged wing. But he is on the super soft, so I think he wants to just stretch him out as much as possible. He doesn't want to go onto them soft tyres because they're so slow. Lennon picks up a time penalty. That's something you'd want to see. Right, Pubstar's in the pits. Right, okay. So, oh, and Aaron's on the back of Whisket again. So these guys are just sticking with each other. Whisket's making a move. There's a great exit from the Wall of Champions. He's going to go for the move on the inside. Does he make a stick? Ooh, Corey hits his wing even more, but I don't think there's any damage. And Whisket makes a move. Well done, Whisket. Whisket's surprised me recently. He's had a bit of pace about him. I think he has... Yeah, I think he's been practicing a little because he is near that drop zone. So, and he's a bit unreliable. You know, he has annoyed people from time to time. But the last couple of races, I've seen him do nothing wrong. He did mess it up one race where he was in a great position. I think he made... I believe that was Wood's fault as well, by the way, because he said, sorry, beep. So I'm guessing it's his fault. Why he lost his wing. And Good Aids is out. And Good Aids is lost to the Wall of Champions. Right, okay, well that has spiced things up. Although Fuzzer was pulling away with things, we know how good Good Aids is with his tyres. So that could have, came into play towards the end of the race, but now Fuzzer's got some breathing space. He's got a 9-second lead on Ox, who is in a great position right now. He's up 8 places. Lennon is up 9 places, Whisket's up 11th, and Pub stays 4th. Believe it or not, although Pub is pitted, he is still in 4th. Oh, right. Right, okay, so Pub's going for the 2-stop then. Maybe quicker, who knows, I'm not too sure. I didn't tune in last night. But yeah.
Well, I was planning on doing the 2-stop, but I ran into fouls, so that's sort of curtailed that.
Yeah, alright, I see. Right, okay, who was that? That was George Alice making a move onto Napola. Good move. I don't know if you've seen it. Miracles retired from the session. Do you want to attempt to... Oh, never mind, it'll have to be me. I was going to say invite Good Aids to the party just to see exactly what happened, but I'll have to go off stream otherwise. Fuzzer's in the pits. Let's see what tyres he goes for.
Lennon's taken half his tuning off.
Oh, God.
And I think he's still got about 9 laps to go on his tyres at least.
If he wants a 1-stop, yeah. He will have to. That brings Ox into the lead anyway. And Pubstar is up to 3rd. So Pubstar... Never mind, sorry. He's not up to 3rd, my bad. Right, so the undercut nearly worked, although Pub was quite a distance behind. But... Right, so Corey's in the pits, I believe he's... Yeah, I was going to say, I believe he's going to put the softs on then. Fuzzer, what tyres did Fuzzer go with? He's gone with the super softs. Right, so... Will he take them to the end? Do you think?
It's going to be tight, but if he's got nobody pushing him, then it's possible.
Right, okay.
Then you're going to think, if he's quite probably he's going to 2-stop.
Right, I get you, okay. Well, you've got Whisket and Nikos quite close. Within 3/10 of each other. Would expect a move on the straight. So Nikos has pushed himself up the field. Although he was in tons and tons of traffic. He's made a dive bomb on Whisket, but made it through. It's only wheel contact, nothing major. It's not going to affect anyone's race. And I believe Nikos is the one with the DRS. Yes, he is. And Lennon is in the pits. So will he be going for the soft? Because I don't believe he can take the ultras to the end. So and Pubstar is posting fastest laps, and he is only set 5/10 behind Fuzzer. So Pub does seem to have a bit of pace. I know he is going for the 2-stop strategy, but you would expect him to pass Fuzzer as he is on the quickest tyres as it stands. So you got Steve-O and Whisket's now in the pits as well. So.
Can I just interject? Whisket appears to be on the wet
tyres. Oh no! What's he doing?
And he's then retired it in the pits, so I don't know what's going on.
And this is what I mean by he's unreliable, guys. In a great position. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Aaron's in 8th. Don't know what to say, so Aaron's in 8th. Aaron's in the points.
I don't know what happened with Aaron. Napoli and George Ellis is what's up last week.
Yeah, right, okay. They are on fresher tyres, but Aaron was quite ahead. Oxox coming out of the pits now. Is Nikos going to jump in? Yes. George Alice also jumps in. And Napla and Aaron, I believe, are going to jump in as well, but we shall soon see. No. Yeah. No, I'm just seeing things. My bad.
You got George Ellis on the back of Nico.
Yeah, I'm on board. And who's that behind? That's Ox, he's just pitted, yeah. So...
So you got Funky making a move on call, you get turn 1 on the outside. And then have the inside turn 2.
yeah, touching wheels. Nice helicopter shot. If I can get a good exit there. Oh, and who's that in front? Is that Luca? Can you see Luca or is it just me? Oh no. Slagged me out the session.
Oh no.
Was Luca in the way or was it just me?
My friend Luke is 14.
Right, okay, so that's just a glitch on mine. Apologies for that, by the way, guys. I am going to jump in as quick as possible. I don't know what is going on tonight.
Aaron has pitted and has gone up a soft tyre.
Right, okay.
No, he's on ultra soft tyre.
Ultra softs, right, okay. And what's the lap? Lap 19?
Lap 17.
17, right, okay. Well, he won't be taking them 20 laps.
No.
What is it, 36 laps, is it?
35 laps.
Oh, I was just about to say, and Whiskit with tyres, Goodage with tyres, yeah, we've seen that, so... Hopefully the position change thing is happening now anyway. So currently we have Whiskit, Miracles, Goodage out. Goodage and Whiskit obviously were in great positions. Although Whiskit did start 16th, he was in he was in a great position, but it's unfortunate. I don't know what happened with his pit crew. Tried to put slicks quick last minute, went into back of Nikos and put wets on. That's
I've had a request from the audience. Can you put the tyre graphic on, please?
yeah, no problem. There you go. So we have Fuzzer on the Super Softs, Pub on the Ultra Softs, because he will be stopping again, NR Super Softs, Nico Super Softs. You can see yourself anyway, guys. Lennon's gone for another set of Super Softs though. He started on the Super Softs. So Lennon will be stopping again. Yep, it does. Yeah, don't really know. A couple of time penalties in this race as well, so who knows what could happen. Fuzzer is pulling away from Pub, although he's on the harder tyre. Plus Pub has to stop again, so I don't know if this two-stop strategy is going to work out. Depends when he pits, I guess, but these guys are pretty much on fresh tyres anyway. So I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, so I think Pub has messed up the strategy a little. But that could just be me. Right, let's see. And Woods is out. That's 2 races in a row, I believe, that he's actually raced, and he's had a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. So Woods has obviously binned it in frustration. Woods, whatever you do, stay in the session.
On the outside of turn 1, which is really good left to do.
Well, yeah, there you go. Right.
I think we can put it across the pit now.
That's okay. George Alice all over the back of Nikos, within, he's in this gearbox. Oh, and they spin! And that's Nikos and George out. Oxox says hello. They still haven't retired, but they still are somehow in 5th and 6th. Banapola's bringing himself through. He does pass Nikos. Yep, but George sticks with his place. We will have dirty tyres. Let's see if Napola can make anything. He is on the Super Soft as well, Napola, so he's one to look out for as well.
Wing damage as well.
Sorry?
George is on wing damage as well.
Right, okay. Yeah, George does seem to be in some action every single race. Although I think that was just a little bit of an incident. I don't think he thought he would have that good an exit on Nikos, to be honest. But let's go. I'm going to get on board with Lennon because he's right on the back of Nikos now, and I believe Nikos does have some kind of damage. Let's see.
The only thing about Napoli is he's the only person that hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, right, okay, so Napoli hasn't pitted, right. Okay, well that's a nightmare. I thought he actually did. Lennon is gonna... Ooh, I thought he was gonna make a move then. Right, well I'm gonna have a cheeky vape.
The problem with Lennon is either the pitch crew haven't done the job or he's crashed again because he's missing half his foot wing again.
Yeah. Well, Luca has passed Corey on the outside and takes him out at the same time. John is in DRS with Funky. John does go for an optimistic dive and he gets a 3-second time penalty for it as well. Funky gave him plenty of room there. I don't know why, he could have given both. But there's Steve-O catching again. Unfortunately, strategy and wing damage has ruined his race. Otherwise, I think he could be in a good position with George and Nikos just spinning out as well. Who's that in front? That's Napoli and Nikos. Yeah, so Nikos is he wants that position back because George seems to be pulling away. Nikos doesn't want that to happen. Let's see. Oh, and then he's got DRS as well. Yeah, well, Napoli missed 2. And Napoli stays out. Right, okay. And Lennon's had a great exit. Nice helicopter shot. Let's see what he can do. I guess he's going to go on the inside. Yep, of course.
Yeah.
Much more grip.
I don't think Napoli thought it too hard.
No, it's pointless. Napoli's, you know... Nikos is now within 4 tenths of George Alice. They keep giving me a high helicopter shot around sector 1, but it's covered in trees, so you can't really see anything. But yeah, these few guys are quite close to each other. Napoli does seem to be losing time, but and George seems to be struggling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Lennon is wanting to be passed now. He's not very happy, I don't think.
No, not at all. I'm going to get on board with Lennon just so we can see a little shot. And George clips the front and Lennon makes a move. Yeah, Lennon goes on the inside of Nikos. Will he make a move on George? We shall soon see. He is catching and George is sweeping and Lennon... Ooh, Lennon's had to take his foot off the accelerator there. And he has a great exit.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and George shuts the door. George! Right, okay, well George is proper shutting the door there. Lennon dive on the inside.
No bias, but I'm pretty good too, so.
Yeah, exactly. Lennon sneaking on the inside. Right, okay, well George is shutting doors and putting the lock on at the same time. He's literally... Yeah, Luca's out. A bit of a poor race from him, to be honest with you. Lennon... Oh, and George is shutting the door again. And they touch, and that brings Nikos through. Of course it does. And Napola's through as well. Right, okay, so George has done a couple of silly moves. This defending a bit too hard, I think. When there's...
He's damaged his own race.
Yeah, he is damaged his own race, maybe spot on. He could be in a much better position right now if he had any sense. That's all I can say.
Commanding out front at the moment. He's got 3 seconds gap to pump start and
yeah. Oh, sorry to cut you up, but Lennon is going to make a move on the inside, and yeah, Nikos backs out of it. So that brings Lennon on the charge. Lennon could be in a great position if he didn't have that damage. Let's see. So we're getting aboard with Fuzzy. He's 3 seconds ahead on the harder tyre. Pub does have to stop again as well, by the way, guys. So because he has had 2 sets of ultra softs. So that could bring Oxox to a podium, but I believe Oxox has to pit again as well, doesn't he? Is he ultra softs? Or did he start on the super softs? Oxox has pitted, he's up 6 places, so yeah, he would have started on the ultra softs, I'm guessing. I am... Right, okay, so Funky's out. Corey will be dying for some points considering some of the guys have actually retired, but he still finds himself in 12th. 73 comments, I don't know if that's still onto the podium and Chris having a little chin wag. But we'll soon see. Yeah, very. Well, you do have... Pub has took 2 tenths off Fuzzer this lap, and then Fuzzer just Ooh, and Fuzzer's got a time penalty, right, okay. Yeah. That changes things, I guess, for now. And George Alice has got a time penalty, so... And Funky's apologised to Woods and Luca. He said that he messed up, but in a more graphic way. So, well done Funky for apologising. Let's see, Mr. Costa has had a pretty poor race. Not that I've been on board with him, but seemed a bit lonely on his end, to be fair. But he does find himself in 9th. Aaron's in the points on 10th, chasing down Mr. Costa.
I think Mr. Costa's got to pit again because he pitted on that wall.
Oh, right, okay. So Aaron is catching. You'd expect it, as Mr. Costa's tyres are dying at the moment. Another penalty for Corey. Aaron is in the points. Frame it. Let's see what we can do. He's gonna make... And is that rain, Gani, or is it just me?
That does look like rain to me.
I think I may not be going insane. So is that why Lennon went for the super softs?
That could also explain Pub on Wilson stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely some rain in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just me. No. But you do know...
I think this just went a bit early. Just a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Took me a while, I do apologise. Oh god, it took me a while then. Right, Corey's making a move on John. And Aaron's out. Right, okay, well this car's still moving, so I don't know why he's out.
Yeah, it looks like he's either hit Mr. Costa and spun at the first corner and then paid the car, I'm not too sure.
Right, okay, well Aaron, I think that is pretty stupid considering rain is now coming out and you were still in the points to retire your car, although you still had 4 wheels. But,
I'll keep my eye on the chat because there's bound to be something coming in.
yeah, I can imagine. Right, well Corey's made a move on John now, so Corey's in the top 10. So Corey would obviously, a point to Corey is everything this year, because obviously the guys in Division 1.
Every point counts this season.
Exactly.
It's that competitive.
Exactly, mate. Where's Sean? Sean's had a pretty lonely race. He is up back. He's actually up 7 places. But, yeah, he's been racing on his own. I think John's got some kind of damage because Sean's catching him as well. I don't know what's happened to Kev, to be honest with you. He's down in 13th. And here comes George Alice in the pits. Is he going to put the intermediates on? Yep, George is going for the inters. Right, okay.
I think it might be a little bit early first.
Yeah, I think it's a little early as well.
You got John doing the same.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be a little... Let's have a look. You can usually tell just by the spray on the tyres, really. Yeah, it's not much spray. I think the guys... They probably are struggling, but there's probably more pace in these tyres. Although, Fuzzer has put out... you know, 4 seconds now on pub stop since the rain has come out, so Fuzzer's loving the rainy conditions with dry tyres on.
I think Fuzzer's just showing why we're winning champion.
Yep, exactly. Now obviously if you've watched the last few races and he hasn't been here, that is Fuzzer, that's his pace, and that's why he won the championship last year. Although, you know, he missed some races and he lagged out of every single one and he still won the championship. So that shows how much pace he's got. And to be fair to him, he never gives up. He does not give up. He can lag out 40 times in a race and he'll still come back.
You've got Napler in the picture now.
Yeah, and you've also got Corey. Corey's on the soft, so he is on the harder tyre out of them all. But I'm going to get on board with George Alice just to see if he's catching Napler at all. Not Napler, sorry, Napler's in the pits. And then Kev. I'm going to get on board with Napler actually, because he's side by side with Kev, just to see if it is intermediate conditions as it stands, or it is the dry tyres. It is showing the ultra softs, guys, but as you can see on the tyre wear. Well, it looks like it's dry tyres, because Kev has pulled away. Corey's on the
We've got a
harder.
good point onto the podium. There's actually less finishes already in Div 1 than there was in Div 2.
Yeah, that's true. I did not watch Div 2, but so I don't know how many retirements there was, to be honest with you.
I know I was one of them, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Please surprise me. Nah, I knew that because the race started at what, around 10 to 10?
Yeah.
By 5 to 10 you text me, well that was shit. So yeah, that says it all. And Aaron Taylor's left the session. George Alice is all over the back of John. Right, so
lap.
Sean's in the
5
pits.
seconds slower than his fastest.
Right,
And
okay.
then comparing that to John, who's lost 8 seconds and he hasn't got up to second second yet.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know what's happened to George. Has George had a spin? And it's a 5-second stop go for Pubstar Andy. Has George had a spin, do you think? Because he is now in 13th and Sean's up to 11th coming out to the pits. So I don't know what's happened there. But it does... DRS is still on. But yeah, Pubstar is now pitting for the intermediate. So is NR. And Oxox has pitted for the ultra soft tyres. No, he hasn't. He had a 5-second stop go, my bad. But Oxox has put the inters on now. And Fuzz is staying out.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, he's got that 7-second lead, so you thought to leave it one more lap to make sure.
Yeah, well, 25.9 seconds, I believe, is his lead as it stands. So I think he's got enough time to take the wheels off the car and still win the race. Corey's... Right, Costa and Nikos are in the pits. Corey's staying out on the soft tyres. What? I don't know if you're saying half because of the race or... Confused.
11 and 4, but I can get it. You've got Fuzzer coming to the pits now.
Right, okay, so Fuzzer's in the pits. Yeah, Pubstar's not going to be making any more. George... Right, okay, so he's timed that perfectly, and I don't think Corey's going to be a happy chappy. Nearly 100 comments on the stream, but I believe it's just them two again.
Well, we've now got Luca joining in, commenting about good edge lap and qualifying. So.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Sean is in 11th now, so he could be getting some points. Corey's in 7th, but he is yet to pit. So who knows where he's going to come out. I believe 11th to 16th is the... Oh, right, okay. And he's saved his stop go penalty. Right, okay, well that's a weird one. Anyway, Corey is... Well, if he comes out, he pits. He will come out between 11th and 16th. He will not come out in 16th because there's only 13 cars still running. That's just Formula 1 logic. Lennon comes out in 5th. Nikos will be no threat to him. And then Oxox is not far up the road. Considering Pub has just pitted twice, he is somehow still on the podium. So, yeah.
A good race, very quiet.
Yep, he is. Let's see.
Minute 5 seconds stop penalty.
Yeah, Corey's in the pits now. So everyone is on the intermediate tyres. Yeah. Yeah, so everyone's on the inters apart from Mr. Costa, so I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows yet. Let's see. George, Kev, Corey. And Corey is quick on intermediate tyres. To be fair to him. Funky Cobber's absolutely crying right now. Say it again, sorry.
Corey was quick and Andy had the front wing. So.
Exactly. And Napler's catching Mr. Costa dramatically. Which is understandable, I guess. But I don't know why Mr. Costa stayed out. And Napler's had to slam on. Costa's pulling out of the way for him. It is his teammate. And now Corey will probably be joining this party soon. Oxox is catching Pub. He was over 2 seconds ahead. Now he's 1.9 seconds behind. Alright, okay, so George Alice is just making friends with the new pit crew. Corey's in 9th. I believe Sean could get a point as well, so Corey and Sean could be in the points here, so that's two massive massive point finishes for them too. I know 1 and 2 points doesn't sound major, but like, you know, we said earlier, everything counts, so... But will Sean... Yeah, but will Sean come out ahead? That's the only problem. I don't think he will. Sean's quite far behind. He's coming into the Wall of Champions now. Yeah, so Costa stays ahead of Sean then, I believe. Yes, he does. Right, who's that in front of Sean? I don't know.
that is good.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, if you get on board... Oh, never mind, that's George Alice. My bad. And George Alice has just been... Yeah. Kev's out. Right, okay, that brings Corey into 8. That brings Sean into the points. Right, so... Like I said, these points for these, I don't know how Kev's... that.
Yeah. It appeared to be a very weird track. I just happened to be on board with him at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's lost it coming through the chicane.
And he's left straight away. Right, okay, well, considering he is a common...
It should be too late.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd hope so. Otherwise you'd be getting a slap on the wrist.
George Ellis has hit it again.
Right, okay. Oh yeah, he did crash into the wall, to be fair. Yeah, he did crash into the wall. He's just changing his wing. Corey is 4 seconds behind Napoli. I don't think that's going to change unless Napoli makes a mistake. Other than that, guys, everything's pretty much sped out. But I'm going to just get on board the Fuzz out of the race leader and just say how much of a great return he's had this race. Absolutely bossed things. Who knows if Goodhead's, you know, stayed in the race, it could have, things could have changed. But, you know, respects out to Fuzza, and obviously we believe he will be winning this race. I don't want to speak too soon. But also we got to mention NR on the podium as well. He did start quite high though, to be fair. I don't know where he started. Let's see. Yeah, he started 5th. And Lennon again in 5th. He's had a good race. You got Ox up 6 places as well. Napoli up 8, Corey up 5, Sean up 9. So Sean started 19th and he somehow got himself a point. I know there's only 12 runners, but you know, all these guys have, you know, they've drove perfectly well. I don't...
And he's doing it well.
Yeah, he has. Lennon has showed what Division 2 can do. And when you look at the Division 2 table, Lennon is nowhere near the front, the top of the table, so it shows how quick both divisions are. So that's not due to pace, by the way, it's just due to luck. But you know, Division 2 is...
The only difference between division is qualifying pace.
Yeah, yeah.
Race pace, everybody is more or less equal. Like, you've got the first 10 people that are going to pull away, but...
Exactly, because you've got, you know, for example, the guys that's come up this year. You know, the guys Nikos, Costa, John, Kev. Nikos especially, actually, because he's absolutely surprised me. I didn't think he'd do as well as he's doing, because he seemed to drift off last year, and he just about actually got promoted when he was dominating with Luke all season until the second half of the season. He started drifting away, but he's been the best of the guys that's gone up. Oxox, the last 2 races, has obviously shined. Costa has surprised me with his pace. It hasn't seemed that quick in Division 1. But Oxox is now catching Pubstar quite dramatically, by the way, Pagani.
Yeah, it's less than a second now, that I don't know.
Yeah, that's come out of nowhere. So has Pub got a bit of damage, or is he just trying to bring the car home? Who knows? But yeah, John has been doing not that good, to be honest, and Kev the same. I thought Kev would do much better, but you know, they're in comfortable positions anyway. And another time penalty for Leonard, and Nikos is only 2 seconds behind as well, so I'm just going to stay on board.
Would have been one that Josh would have done well in.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I forgot about Josh as well. Yeah, Josh, he's been really, yeah, he's been really good, Josh. But yeah, I think he could have been doing well, and obviously NR's teammates got some solid points tonight. You know, we know what NR's capable of. You know, he's just one of them drivers. You know, he either retires or he does finish high. But you know, the guy has got pace.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's just one of them drivers. You know, like me and you, for example, we got pace, but we rarely show it.
Well,
but
you know.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, Pub seems to be tiptoeing around.
We've got Buzzer coming to last again.
Right, okay, let's get on board with the return of Fuzzer. Last year's champion. Is he going to weave across the line? Of course he is. Fuzzer wins the race. So that's a great win for Fuzzer. I don't know if he's going to be challenging for the championship, as Goodage is now walking away with it, but Goodage hasn't had a point tonight. So who knows, there's still a lot of races left. And NR comfortably comes home in second.
Reading the DRS.
Yeah, he does. And let's go on board with Pub and Oxox. Let's see who's actually on the podium. Penalties could... I haven't seen Oxox having a penalty until now. Right, okay. So, and Ox... Yeah, Pub... Yeah, that stays the same. Lennon is going to bring it home for the Division 2 boys in 5th.
He's had a good race.
He's had a very good race, considering, you know, his wing damage, etc. He could have been on that podium. Nikos comes home in 6th. Napola comes out of nowhere and finishes in 7th. He's had a pretty quiet race, to be honest. But yeah, 7th place, not bad for Napola, who is in the drop zone. Corey also in the drop zone. Solid 4 points for him.
I think he's going to be happy with the point.
Yep, definitely, especially the frustration that he's had. Yeah. And Costa finishes 9th, and it wouldn't let me see Showing across the line. I don't know why. Yeah, right, I see. Right, okay. That race went fairly quick. Just me.
It was a decent race to her.
Yeah, it was. Got a bit boring towards the end, but that's the rain and that's the pit stops, so you know, nothing we can do about that. And there's Fuzzer picking up the old winner's trophy that he's, I would say, used to doing, but he actually didn't win that many races last year, did he? Although he won the championship. So we have Fuzzer in 1st, NR 2nd, Pub in 3rd, 2 Americans on the podium. The Formula 1's never seen that. Oxox in 4th, Steve-O in 5th, Nikos 6th, Napola 7th. Corey in 8th, Costa 9th, Sean in 10th, John and George sum up the guys that finished, and then from 13th to obviously 20th were guys that were out. Plenty of penalties between the field. Corey had 15 seconds, Pub had 17 seconds, but a couple, oh sorry, Ox had 17 seconds, my bad. Right, well anyway, Pagani, thank you for joining me, my friend. Baku next. I don't know if it's going to be you in the box with me or someone else, but yeah, shall speak then. Thank you for watching and good night.